Hello, Instagram, and hello, Facebook. I think we are live on Facebook. I'll better make sure though. Today's topic is why is it so hard for us to express our truth? Yes, and where do our codependency and fear come from? And how can we strengthen our truth and live by it? That's a question we get often, in our courses and our workshops. And it's something that we have had to work a lot on for ourselves and to work through some challenges to be able to say that we are living our truth up to to the best of our abilities. I mean, of course, we are human and sometimes we slip, and of course, it's just completely normal.
I mean, that's normal, but the thing is that we often hang on to truths and beliefs that we've had since we were children, and something that we have learned through life and through the generations. There are some things that we continue to do, some things that we are sure are right for us, and we don't necessarily question anything simply because it has always been that way. But we are living in times where everything is changing. Of course, everything has been changing for the last centuries, but we are rapidly evolving with the energy, and then we start questioning ourselves and we start experiencing things that are, we don't feel great. We might question why we are doing what we're doing, why we are as we are. Mm-hmm. And we start looking into what is our truth.
Yeah. And by truth, we mean what resonates with our heart. Mm-hmm. Because I think we often find ourselves in situations throughout our lives where we are walking against the voice in our heart. Mm-hmm. And we have a job that we don't resonate with anymore. We are in relationship, if they're friendship relationship or love relationship, where we feel that maybe ways should part, but because we don't know how, or we don't find the courage or the strength to leave the situation, we keep on walking against what we know is true. And that most of the time will cause problems.
Yeah, that's something that we know, both of us know very well. We ended up with severe life exhaustion. Like we're not just talking about burnout at work. It was in life in general. And we had all kinds of health issues, and we just didn't necessarily like who we were. And we needed to reevaluate everything in life and look within and see who we are. Mm-hmm. And a lot of what came up was fear, codependency, and just following old patterns that we had learned.
Yeah, and the root for the codependency is fear is usually this feeling of what happens if we step out of the box, and who will love us if we're different, and will we be accepted, will we be loved, what will happen, and this uncertainty and maybe not feeling safe in expressing our truth. Because, I mean, through the centuries, we have lived in a society where it's not safe for all of us to express our truths. And maybe through lifetimes, we have experienced trauma because we tried, we suffered for it. Mm-hmm. So it's not unusual, or it's not strange that we are hesitant when it comes to expressing our truth.
But we do live in times where the energy is evolving, and we are pushed, and it's necessary for many of us to make changes. Mm-hmm. And then we need to find ways to actually figure out what we want, who we are, what we need, and what our energy needs, and find ways to express ourselves. And of course, we don't always agree with others, and that's fine, especially within families and friendships where we have, been following each other, been together for even decades. Then suddenly when we don't agree, we feel that something that used to be our truth does not resonate with us anymore, then we change opinions. Our truth is different, and to express it can be explosive sometimes, but it's part of the spiritual awakening just to actually decide to disagree.
So agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree, yeah. And just to that it is okay. And we don't necessarily need to discuss things in details. We can just agree to disagree simply. And it doesn't have to be any discussion or any, other people don't have to have opinion of what we think.
No, and we have to let go of, because that's codependency and fear as well. We have to let go of convincing people of our truth, because our truth might not be the truth of the person sitting next to you. So you have to, or we have to respect that and let go of our need to try to control everything, because it's not ours to control. And I think it's many of us are waking up to the fact that we haven't been following our truth. And we feel this deep need to change our lives and live in an authentic way. And I think in many cases we are living in exciting times. There are exciting times, but they're also really scary because there's so much going on in the energy. And I think what we are facing now is that we are facing a society that reflects that we are not living our truth. People are not, because we are not taking responsibility for ourselves. People out there in the society or in our systems, because systems are just people, it's not something disconnected from us as people. They are not taking responsibility for maybe bad decisions that they make. And we see that a lot here in Iceland, for example. Politicians here never take responsibility for anything.
And we have a very simple, for example, school system, healthcare system, and we know that the systems are not working for the people within them. But still, while we don't make the change within ourselves, then we cannot expect the systems to change.
No.
But they must change, because we know that we are not sustainable as we are. We need to make those changes, but we need to start within. And that's why we need to find ways, and each and every person has to find their own way of how to find who they are. Our way was through your personal transformation. Of course, we now teach. It's 9 months. It's 9 months of a deep dive within to see what we can, like who we are, where we come from, where we want to go, and also learning to express who we are. Not just think about it and keep it within, but to actually live our life as the person who we really are. And we've seen a lot of people who have gone through this course both express who they are, changing jobs, leaving relationships,
setting healthy boundaries for themselves and for the other people, which I think is very important.
And also just being a bit different themselves, because taking better care of themselves. And usually the response from the people around is positive. Obviously, not everyone is going to be positive, but usually it is positive. And that is something I think many of us fear when we are making changes, and when we are discovering that we haven't been who we really are. We are displaying something on the outside that doesn't resonate with what is within.
And when we start living our truth, we give other people the freedom to do that as well. And what often happens then is that people that have maybe felt that they disagreed and they have been colliding with each other for a long time, they actually find out that they do agree on most things. And when we just start living authentically, it's easier for all of us to live our best lives. And when we live according to our truth, our society and our systems start to reflect that. And like we often say, we don't care what your truth is as long as it is love. We don't care what your approach is, as long as it is pure 100% love. And if we're all there, then we can change the world. I think that's pretty sure.
Yeah. And that we can accept that we are all different.
Yeah. And we don't need to control anything. We can control ourselves. That's the only thing we can control.
Yeah. Live authentically.
Yes.
So, yeah. That's it for
That was pretty good.
We are in our new office, so it's a bit empty around us. But
it echoes a lot, but hopefully it's fine. We will work on that for later videos. But if you have any questions or comments about the subject of today, please comment below and share your thoughts with us.
Yeah.
We look forward to hear from you and connect with you. Thanks for today.